Hi, and welcome back to our kitchen. So glad you could join us today. Today I'm going to do a vintage recipe by Mrs. P that was sent to me by a viewer, Sharon J, who we both grew up in the same small town in Ohio. So I hope I can do it justice. There's only a few things that I tweaked a little bit because I didn't have an ingredient, and I'll tell you what it is when I do it. Okay, first of all, it calls for 2 cups of cabbage and a cup of carrots, grated. Well, I cheated. These old hands aren't so great anymore, so I went and bought the bags of the coleslaw mix at the grocery store. Now these have the carrots in it and a little bit of purple cabbage too. This is 2 cups. Now remember, shrinks down when we're done. And first of all, I'm going to show you how to make the dressing for them. And we'll go over to the stove and I'll show you how that's done. Yeah. Okay, we're making the vinegar-based dressing for the coleslaw. Just as Mrs. P had it, except for she had 1 tablespoon of mustard seed, and I don't have mustard seed. I don't cook with it, so I'm going to use a grainy mustard that I had in the refrigerator. Okay, first of all we have a cup of vinegar. This is apple cider vinegar, and then we're going to have a tablespoon of celery seed, a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric, and then we have a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now black pepper was not in the original recipe, but I'm just adding it because I like it, or we like it. Here we have our tablespoon of grainy mustard. It's got a whole bunch of mustard seeds in it. And then we have, yeah, I know, 2 cups of sugar. Now I could make it semi-sweet with sweeteners, or I could make it all the way sweet with the sweeteners, but I want to do it as close to the Mrs. P's recipe as I can. So you let this come up to boil, stirring it to dissolve the sugar, and then when it's done we'll let it cool. Okay, we're letting the dressing cool over on the stove because, no, it's actually right here thanks to cameraman Paul. But it has to be cool before you put it on your coleslaw. Now, it also calls for, yeah, I hope this bowl's going to be big enough. 4 stalks of celery diced. Well, it doesn't say chopped or diced, but I diced everything real small. 1 medium green pepper. 1 medium red pepper. And 1 medium chopped onion. So that's what I did. I didn't want to bore you with the chopping. I don't know about this. I'm going to have to stir very carefully. Okay, now the dressing, as I showed you over on the stove, is sitting here. And I'm going to go ahead and pour the dressing over it. Now, like I say, your cabbage is going to shrink when it's in the refrigerator because we do want to let this rest a little bit before we eat it, because the flavors will come together. It's always best to do it that way. Now, vintage recipes come from all over. A lot of towns, or even small towns in the country, will have a church book that people put their recipes in. You have Granges, you have Lodges, and everybody, they publish a book, usually, so-and-so's church cookbook or something like that, where everybody donates their recipes. Now this goes back to the 1800s, or probably before, but there's a lot of them out there that have really good recipes, and I hope to stumble on a couple more of them as I go along. Let me mix this up and I'll be back. Okay, you take your coleslaw when you're done with it and put it in the refrigerator, and everything will wilt down, and then we'll do a taste test. I'm not going to do the whole, what did it say, 24 hours, because I want to show you what, I want to taste it in front of you. And it'll shrink down, as you know. I had a little help stirring it from cameraman Paul, and because my hands are getting weaker. And this makes 2 quarts, maybe a little bit more with the onions and everything. And I'll be back to show you how it tastes. Well, thank you, Sharon, for giving me this recipe. I tried to do it exactly like she wrote it down. I did have to tweak a little bit, as you'll see when I did the dressing. And it's shrunk down now. It's been an hour and a half, but we couldn't wait. Also, it's vegetarian, I believe vegan, and no gluten, no dairy. Okay, let me taste test it. I want to try to get all the peppers and the onions and everything. Very good. It's got a sweet and sour taste to it. No mayonnaise. You could take this to a picnic and leave it out, not worry about the eggs and the mayonnaise going bad. And I'd like to welcome new subscribers. I'd like to, if you could comment down in the comment section where you're watching from. And I welcome new subscribers. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And push that like button, a thumbs up, if you like this video. And I'll see you next time. Bye.